Hey everybody, welcome back. We're on day 4 now. Figure out what's wrong with this place. See, a hellish cracking in my head woke me up. My skull felt like somebody was blowing on it from the inside. I closed my eyes. I saw the ringing alarm clock on the bedside table. Knocked it off and dozed off again. When I woke up, it was already 9:15. Looks like it's time to wake up. I can't miss my breakfast. I got up, scratched myself, and suddenly I remembered last evening. There's a piece of paper under the pillow. You are here for a reason. I still don't get it. What does it mean? How did I manage to send a message to myself? I don't remember that. More questions than answers. No answers at all, to be precise. I left the cabin and looked over the camp. No, it doesn't look like an illusion. But this memo, it made everything much more complicated. What can I trust? My stomach growled treacherously. Even Agent Mueller didn't conduct investigations hungry. There was some unexpected crowd near the canteen. Of course, there's no other place in the camp that pioneers loved as much as the canteen. But why were they all crowding on the porch? I came closer to understand what was going on. It looked like all the staff at camp had gathered at the porch. They were all the familiar girls, Olga, Electronic. They were all having a lively discussion. I drew closer. Ah, Semyon. Have you seen Shurik today? Nope. What's the matter? We haven't been able to find him since early morning. Disappearing pioneers. Well, that's something new. But he was with you yesterday. She was talking to Electronic. Yes, he was. So you woke up this morning and he wasn't anywhere to be found? No. Why didn't you come to me immediately? Well, I thought he had got up earlier and went to wash up or something. Did he mention anything yesterday? Interjected Slavia. For example, that he was going somewhere, for instance? Nope. What exactly is horrifying about that? It's only 9 a.m. He might have decided to go for a walk. You don't know Shurik. She looked over at me seriously. Well, no, I don't. But I don't see anything suspicious in this situation. Okay, let's stop panicking. We'll find him. How could he miss breakfast? Yulana grinned. Exactly. Time to eat anyway. Pioneers proceeded into the canteen. Yet again, I had no choice where to fit in. The only free places at the table were Alyssa and Yulana. Take a seat. She pointed at the chair next to her. I sat down. Aren't you gonna eat your food? Good idea. I haven't thought about that. Today's breakfast didn't look much different from yesterday's, but it looked more appetizing. Maybe I was just very hungry. Or maybe I was eager to finish it off as soon as possible to avoid yet another Yulana prank. Want to go to the beach with us today? When? Right after breakfast. Generally speaking, relaxation wasn't on my agenda today. If I was going to spend my time thinking, why shouldn't I do it while getting a suntan? Sure, why not? Ah, cool. She smiled nicely. I bet you're planning on another prank. No, not at all. Yulana waved her hands at me. She sure is, Alyssa grinned. She's always like that. No way. I think she's right. Nobody believes me. Yulana took her tray to the dirty dishes and stood up. Enjoy your meal. She said it in such a way which left no doubt. Nothing good awaits me today at the beach. Me and Alyssa were left alone. You know, I guess I shouldn't go with you after all. Why is that? Well, I've got something to do. And what exactly would that be? I love her face, She looked at me in the eyes and I couldn't find an appropriate excuse. I don't have a swimsuit. Try mine. You think it'll fit me? Give it a try. I don't think it'd be worth the effort. Don't be a wimp. We'll find you some swim trunks. Those words are only added to my fear. Wait for me by the canteen. I'll be back soon. Okay. There's nothing wrong with waiting for her, is there? She didn't keep up her threat about telling people that I was, seducing her. Unless she's still planning it. I don't know. Finishing my breakfast, I left the building and sat on the stairs. Pioneers, all having their own business, hurried past me, one by one. No one stopped by me. No one even looked in my direction. It seemed they didn't consider me a stranger, but exactly the opposite, just another teenager their age, their comrade, you could say. I caught myself thinking that I had started to consider this camp and its inhabitants with not much as caution as I had the first day. Indeed, Alyssa was backing in a couple of minutes. Ready? Ready for what? She gave me the trunks. Though you hardly could call them trunks. They look like pink boxers decorated with butterflies and flowers. Actually, they were boxers. I'm almost afraid to ask, where did you get these? Too scared to put them on? Well, you know, I have not the slightest intentions of doing so. I appreciated her joke, but I wasn't going to make myself a laughingstock. Put them on, she said roughly. Why don't you try them on instead of me? I think the color of the swimsuit would set off your eyes very nicely. Let's make a bet. I had no desire to accept her bets. No thanks. Alright, you either go to the beach wearing them, or you'll swim naked. Weighing the pros and cons, even the second option seemed better than the first. I'm not planning to go anywhere at all. Then I'll tell everyone that you left those trunks in my cabin. Why would I do that? How should I know? She burst into laughter. I didn't want to argue with Alyssa, so I decided to go to the beach in the end. But not in those flamboyant trunks. Dude, I'd put them on. Like, fuck you, bitch. I ain't scared. Alright, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Don't be late. She ran off after saying that. I dragged my feet to the leader's cabin to get a towel and hopefully find something like trunks. Olga was waiting for me in the room. Semyon, did you hear anything about Shurik? Same as half an hour ago. I walked to my bed and took the towel. Oh, shit, what'd I push? Are you going somewhere? Yes, to the beach. Wait, do you have swim trunks? You came here without any luggage, as I recall. Strange, that fact doesn't seem to surprise her during our first encounter. Nope. So what will you wear? Good question. What? I don't know. Wait a minute. She walked to the wardrobe and unlocked the drawer. In a moment, she had a pair of normal black trunks. Where did she get those? More importantly, why? Someone from a previous session might have forgotten them. Considering all the strange things in this camp, it wasn't really surprising to find men's swim trunks in Olga's room. Thanks. The trunks were my size. I got changed behind the cabin and went to the beach. A lot of pioneers were already gathered there, but I recognized only Alyssa and Yulana. Come here! I walked over the beach and sat in the sand. I see you found something better. She stared at my trunks and smirked. As you can see... Come on, let's swim. I don't want to. Maybe later. I wasn't not a fan of swimming. Suit yourself. The girls ran into the water. Why did I come here? Why am I not out looking for answers? Should I care about it now? Self and Yana seemed normal. Certainly a lot of strange things have happened to me during these 3.5 days, but not one of them, taken separately, seemed all that supernatural. Especially since I didn't get any closer to finding so much as a clue. On the contrary, everything that has happened has only confused me more. What alternative do I have? I won't get any truth from the local residents, though I doubt they even know it. Should I try to leave this place? But how far can I walk, considering they don't even know where I am? Turns out that my only option is to wait. After some time, the girls came back. Yulana had something in her hand. Look! I looked up and saw a crayfish. Just a normal crawfish. Yulana lay next to me and started to torment it. Leave the poor animal alone. Why? It's just a crawfish. So what? It has the right to live too. I'll rip its claws off and take the cook to ask the cook to boil it for dinner. As if we have nothing else to eat. I looked at Alyssa. She seemed to be totally uninterested in Yulana's fun of the poor sea creature. Tell her. What's wrong? It's a crawfish. It deserves it. It looked like the girls missed their lesson on nature in primary school and lacked empathy for the environment. Give it. I snatched a crayfish from Yulana. Suit yourself. I was a little surprised she didn't resist. It looked in the eyes of the poor animal. They didn't express anything at all, but I thought if it could speak, it'd certainly be outraged, maybe even be able to go to the UN Convention of Human Rights. To tell the truth, I wasn't even sure that would help. I took the crayfish to the river and set it free. Never mind, I'll catch more. There are plenty of them here, said Yulana. No doubt about it, I mumbled. Time passed and I was getting sleepy. I fell asleep. I don't remember what I was dreaming about, but if I was dreaming at all. But I woke up with someone shook my shoulder. Oh! Olga stood next to me. Did you come to swim too? I asked, still half asleep. No. It took almost half for lunch and we still can't find Shurik, the leader said, standing before me in a wet swimsuit. And? I want you to look for him. It seems like I'm the only pioneer in this entire camp. I'm sincerely outraged. Every time it was getting clear that Olga considered me her errand boy, to be used like a slave. Or vice versa. If I came to you, then I want you to help me. Why exactly me? However, after giving it some thought, I decided to agree. After all, my shoulders and back got sunburned while I was sleeping, and searching for Shirk would let me get acquainted with unexplored locations of the camp. Okay, it was not exactly the right to wander around wearing only swim trunks, so I should get changed first. 10 minutes later, I stood outside Olga's cabin, deciding where to go. Let's go to the bus stop, since we're the only... Oh, no, they're forced. I want to go to the bus stop. The bus stop seemed to be a fine choice. A strange thought came across me. Perhaps Shurik is in the same situation as me, so I decided to run away from this camp. Maybe by the 410 bus. It could be really turn out to be true. He came here by accident, too. Although the chances of that are quite slim. But you never know. What if the bus would really come? However, I could hardly believe in that. Indeed, I spent a couple of minutes waiting by the bus stop, making sure that there was no signs of Shurik or anyone else there, and headed back to the camp. Somebody rushed after him behind the gates and bumped into me. The impact wasn't strong, so I just staggered. Miku stood in front of me and rubbed her bruised forehead. Oh, sorry. It's alright, it's my fault. I was going to the music club, but I got lost and thought about our new song. And I'm thinking about the lyrics and music. I hadn't realized how I got here. So you don't have to apologize. Her words per minute rate obviously exceeded the recognition of limits of my brain. I made an attempt to retreat promptly. Sure, gotta go, you know. Oh wait, I wanted to leave as usual without having to listen to her, but Miku grabbed my hand. Her grasp gave me the creeps as I got clear vision of an agonizing execution of another rap session. Can you help me a little, please? Just a teensy-weensy bit? That definitely wasn't on my to-do list today. Well, I'd be glad to, but it's... Pretty please? Miku looked at me with such puppy dog eyes that my heart started to melt. She totally wasn't going to let me go of my hand. And what exactly do you need? You'll accompany me. I can't manage to compose on my own. I can sing or play. I can't do both at the same time. Even our virtuoso has her weaknesses. Well, you know, I can't really play in any instrument. Never mind that. I'll show you everything. Come on, let's go. No. You know, I should be searching for Shurik and all that stuff. Minnie looked at me with frustration. Just for a little bit. I was lost for words. She dragged me along with her. Probably nothing good will come of this, but the only way to get her off me is to wrestle my hand out of hers. But that wouldn't be very nice. Nothing bad will happen after all. Probably. Within a minute, we were already standing at the music club. Miku looked at the guitar. Here, have a look. She started playing. I tried to follow her hands. The tune kit was quite simple. It seemed quite easy to repeat. Got it? Kind of. Let's try. I took the guitar and started playing. That didn't really work out. Let me show you one more time. She played much better than me. Looking at Miku, I wondered. Of course, she was a chatterbox. She was naive and clumsy. However, she was extremely talented in music. Try again. I managed much better the second time. Wow, that's much better. She smiled. It wasn't hard, in fact, just repeat the same notes over and over. Just don't lose track. Start on my command. Okay. Ready? Go. It was a song in Japanese. Very Frankly speaking, I didn't understand a single word, but Miku's singing was quite good. In fact, it was outstanding. She put her heart into every note, every word. I wouldn't consider this outstanding. Yeah, music probably was the very thing for her to dedicate her life to. This is not what I consider outstanding. It seemed like it wasn't her who chose the music, but the music had chosen her. The last half hour presented Miku in a completely different light. Oh, thank you. Did you like it? I finally managed it with you. On my own, it's no good. I either mess up the words or mess up the strings. And it's just perfect with you. Thank you so much. You really have a talent, you know. Just to play like that without any preparation. Nope, it seems I've changed my opinion about her too hastily. Thank you. Thanks for the song. Gotta go. See you. Thanks for... The rest of her words were left behind the door. And I leaned on the wall of the club inside. Miku's song was still playing in my mind. Okay, let's check the boathouse. Maybe Shirik decided to pick up stones near the water. In the worst case, I'll find his corpse. But I'm sure it won't end up that way. I was crossing the square when somebody called out to me. Wait! Alyssa came up to me and smiled. I immediately sensed a trap. Where are you going? I'm searching for Shirik. Olga asked me to. And how was it? Exciting. She looked intently in my eyes and I turned away awkwardly. Not really. But you know, a pioneer is missing. Surely you're not freaking out over such a minor thing. What do you mean? Only a few hours have passed. Maybe he just lost track of time while having a walk. Generally, I had the same idea, but I wasn't telling her that. Yeah, that's true. But who knows what could have happened. Let me help you with it. With what? I got suspicious. With looking for Shirik. Oh, but I can do it. Oh, come on. She smiled at me, but there was something malevolent in that smile. Naturally, her smile was cute enough, but it really seemed to me like there was something behind it. Well, if you insist. Since I could not understand what's on her mind, I had no real reason to refuse. But before we go, I have to get one thing from home. Okay, I'll wait for you. You're actually serious about standing there. Let's go. Okay. He approached Alyssa's cabin. It would be just like any other cabin, except for the Jolly Roger on the door. But by the way, Yulana is my roommate. Okay. We entered the cabin. The complete chaos inside really reminded me of my old flat. Though why I thought of it as old. In general, I'd imagine a girl's room differently. Snow white sheets, walls, floor, ceiling, shiny, spotless. But when you you consider that the two most explanatory pioneers are living here, we just stood silently for some time. And what did you need to get? Huh? Seems like I interrupted Alyssa's thinking. Yeah. It's not here, actually. Wait here. I'll be back in a minute. She smiled and ran out. She seems really flaky today. I began to examine the room. I wouldn't say there had been any explosion. It was just a decent mess. Well, at least by looking at all of this mess, created one pioneer session. I can surely see why I am not the messiest person in the world. The decoration on my apartment took years to be completed. I wasn't thinking about anything in particular. I was just looking around the room. Posters of Soviet artists, some books on the shelves, various household items. Then I realized that everything is wrong. Something will happen soon. Something is bad. Why did Alyssa leave me here all alone? There's something I had to discover. My gut told me that it's dangerous to stay here. I went to the door and tried to open it. Locked. What a surprise. How did she manage to quietly lock me in? I don't know what's on her mind, but I need to get out of here. I went to the window, opened it, and climbed out. Now I can go and take care of business, or I chose the second option and waited. What's the reason she had me locked up? I wanted to know what happened. Plus, I really wanted to see Alyssa's face when she finds her room empty. I hid in the bushes next to the door and waited. After some time, I heard footsteps. Alyssa and Olga came to the house. You'll see everything for yourself. She opened the door and went in. 2 seconds later, she ran back out. You know, what's his face? Looked as if she just won the mouse pitching competition. But at the last moment, she found out no real Olympic sport. So he just disappeared? Oko asked skeptically. I did the right thing by closing the window after myself. Oh no. You know, I understand everything. Devskaska. You and your roommate, every time the same thing happens. Haven't you had enough yet? But it's true. Really? One story after another. Simeon in your cabin. Simeon harassing you. Why do you keep lying? That's horrible. Alyssa seemed really upset, and to my surprise, was not trying to argue. On one hand, it's funny to look at. The other hand, I feel a bit sorry for her. She deserves it, though. Earlier, finally finished scolding her and left. Alyssa was mad. She cleansed her face and trembled. Her face was flushed. She seemed to me that she was going to explode. I sat in the bushes and laughed quietly. However, I was wondering what was on her mind, and I came out in my hiding place. I'm not afraid of being beaten. What exactly did you want to show the leader? Me? Alyssa turned to me and looked at me with disbelief. After a moment of surprise turned to anger. You! What about me? She calmed down a bit. Because you're a loser! And why is that? Because you're afraid to compete with me. When we played cards. What a serious reason. Yeah. Maybe I should apologize to you? I asked sarcastically. Screw you. She went to the house, slamming the door. I wasn't angry at Alyssa. In the end, I expected her to do something like this. Anyway, I got through it without consequences. I was very lucky. Her confusion and embarrassment just made my day. And chuckling, I left Alyssa's cabin, which was about to become my death trap. I went for lunch with mixed feelings, with a sense of accomplishment and with a realization of time wasted. The canteen was crowded. I couldn't stay unnoticed. Olga called me. Simeon, come with us. The camp leader, Slavia, and Electronic were sitting at the floor-seat table. I nodded and went to get my food. This time, I had spent several minutes in the clue. Today's menu didn't really differ from any other day's menus. The dishes looked the same, at least. When I sat at the table, I wished bon appetit to everyone. Olga said, So what are you thinking? About what? We searched for Shurik all around. It's noon and he's nowhere to be found. I took a note of the rhyme, but didn't want to point it out. We looked all over camp. They went all around the neighboring forest. Olga looked at me. And I helped too. We must call the police. Maybe we could wait until the evening. I asked lazily. Maybe he went home. That can't be. Shrivik lives thousands of miles away. By train? The nearest station. She paused. Is far off. Now it was getting interesting. Every time the conversation reached the point concerning ways I could leave, Sylvian, all the camp inhabitants started changing the subject. How far is far? Really far. The camp leader looked at me, indicating she was with her expression that asking more questions was not advised. So we should go deeper into the forest? Maybe he got lost. Shrivik always takes a compass. Chimed in Electronic. I wonder what else could be found in his magic vest, assumed he has one. If I were to get lost in the forest, a compass would be in no real use. Police. We should call the police in the evening. Not right now, at least. Okay, so you'll do it later. They were all silent. We should be able to find him before evening. We still have time. If he's actually got lost, we have no time to lose. We cannot be sure. Then where is he? Where? There was some truth to the camp leader's words. Hiding the whole day, just like that, is suspicious. Why would he do that? Shurik seemed to be quite a serious pioneer. Ilana would have been a better fit for this behavior. So there's a good reason to believe that he was gone. All that can be done has already been done. We'll just have to wait. Slavia, Electronic, and Olga looked at me sorrowfully, but didn't say a word. I finished my lunch, took the tray back, and left the canteen. It's still the first half of the day. What now? The camp was drifting off for an afternoon nap. Only Jinda stared at me through his glasses. Of course, he was staring somewhere else, but I had a feeling that he was constantly watching me. I bet he knows where Shurika is hiding. He just can't say anything. The disappearance of the Cybernetics Club leader made me think. Maybe it's got something to do with my case. Oi, Pioneer! The nurse stood in front of me. I looked at her curiously. Go and take my place in the infirmary. I have to energy call. Somebody is injured. Me? Yes, you. Take the keys. The nurse threw the keys and ran away. Why me? Isn't there someone else in the camp? What exactly should I be doing? What if something happens? Oh, what do I do now? I missed my chance to refuse. I stood in front of that door uncertainly. On one hand, there's nothing to worry about. I'll spend half an hour or so here, and she'll be back. But what if someone comes for actual help? With a broken leg or a head injury? I begin to worry too much. I hope that there are no injuries more serious than bruises and scratches in this camp. But at the same time, I would not shake the idea that in a serious situation I would be absolutely useless. I don't even know how to perform CPR! A magazine on the nurse's table caught my attention. A good way to relax, I guess. It's labeled Soviet Fashion. The publication date or month were absent. However, this is not a surprise. There are much stranger things happening here. I didn't know much about Soviet magazines. Maybe they actually didn't have publication dates on them. Men all dressed in old-fashioned clothes stared at me from glossy pages. Nowadays, nobody would wear such clothes. I smirked. I wonder if Slavia, for example, considered this fashionable. I can only imagine what would happen if she appeared in my time wearing something like this. Imagine we were walking hand in hand. I'm wearing my coat with a hood, and she dressed in a lavish dress covered with lace and things. Seems like I'm already imagining Slavia in my world, with me. And not only Slavia. The dress much better suits Yulana. This cute saffron would look good on Alyssa. The skirt and cardigan look good on Lena. If only they could be real. No, I saw them, heard them, couldn't even touch them. But still, they are here and I'm simply do not belong in this place. It's alien to me. I'm just waiting for a chance to get out of here. Waiting because nothing is up to me anymore. I sighed, put my head on the table, and fell asleep. I was woken by the noise of a door opening. Lena stood at the door. The nurse isn't here? Then I'll come back later. I'm substituting for her. Since I am responsible for pioneers' lives, I should do full responsibility. Although, in fact, I'm just afraid of something bad happening because of me. Any health complaints? I tried to give Lena the most professional smile I could in order not to confuse her. Nothing special, just a little headache. Let's do this. Some painkillers, maybe. Of course, I wasn't aware where to find required medicines, so it took me a little while to find them. Finally, I handed her a Metamucil tablet for Lena. Thanks. She smiled. That was completely unexpected, and I lost touch of the reality staring at her. What? Lena turned awkward in an instant. Listen, I've been wondering, do you like this? I don't know what's gone into me, but I grabbed the magazine on the table and showed her the picture of the skirt and cardigan, which really suit Lena in my opinion. Maybe I went completely nuts thinking about all the girls being in my world. Or maybe I wanted to distract myself instead of just waiting for the nurse to come back. Lena looked at the picture. Yeah, I guess. Is stuff like this in fashion? I guess. She got confused and started blushing. Why do you ask? Really, why? Just asking. We were quiet for some time. How's your headache? Much better, thank you. She smiled. I'll be off. Good luck. Lena went out, and I continued to look at the magazine. After a while, somebody knocked on the door again. Seems like the infirmary is the most popular place to go. So I decided to roleplay a nurse. Just a male version. And said, Come in. The door opened and Yulana entered the room. Wow, did I miss the moment where you decided to start knocking? Anything wrong with me knocking? She frowned. Where does it hurt? Why on earth would I tell you? Where's the nurse? Right in front of you. I impulsively crossed my legs and looked questioningly at her. I'd better go. It'd be better to die than be treated by you. She smiled mischievously. You didn't even let me try! Yulana thought for a moment. Though you could give me some pills. What's bothering you? It took her some time to reply. A heavy stomach. Are you sure it's not an empty head? I mumbled under my breath. What did you say? Nothing. Give me a second. Found the pills in the first drawer I opened. Thank you, doctor. She smiled cheerfully. Watching Yulana, I cannot imagine how such an optimistic and active child could have any health problems. She gave me a baleful look. No, I left everything for you. Alyssa ran out of the infirmary and slammed the door. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Nah. She's a little twat. Again, I went back to studying Soviet fashion trends. Time passed by, but the nurse was still absent. I wasn't searching for Shirk. I wasn't looking for any clues concerning my situation. I was just sitting and flipping through a magazine. Just for a moment, I felt quite satisfied with the situation. So far, everything that has happened here could be seen as just a trip to a summer camp. And if nothing changes anytime soon, then I can start worrying. Again, someone knocked on the door. Did I miss the outbreak of an epidemic? Slavia was standing in the doorway. Oh, hi. Isn't the nurse here? No, she's not here. I'm taking over for today. Great. I'd like... She hesitated. What? No, it's nothing. Strange. I wouldn't even think that an open person like Slavia could be something quiet. If there's something bothering you, tell me. That's why I'm here, to treat people. I smiled widely. No. I mean, yes, but no. Hearing that made me anything possible. Every decision by zero. So how can I help you? You? I guess you can't. She smiled and was going to leave, but suddenly stopped. However, could you step out for a minute? Why not? Okay. I stepped out of the infirmary and leaned against the wall. I wonder what she might be doing, something I can't even see. After a minute, the door opened and Slavia came out. She was carrying a small bundle. Ask about the bundle. What is that? Nothing. She blushes. Thank you. You're welcome. Sylvia ran away. Seems like I shouldn't have asked. I looked at the time. It was getting late. I read the magazine backwards and forwards, but the nurse still wasn't here. Suddenly the door burst open and Alyssa rushed inside. She looked at me piercingly. What are you doing here? Sitting. I admitted honestly. Okay then. It's even better without the nurse. She muttered. Are you sick? I asked acidly. Alyssa didn't answer and came closer to me. Move over. Why? So I can open the door. Isn't it obvious? What for? She got angry. None of your business. Well, I'm kind of in charge here. She gave me a moment's thought, and then gave me some active carbon. Stomach acid? Yes. She grinned sharply. I got the feeling there was something wrong here. Yeah, sure. But you never know. What if she really had an ache? Okay. I reached to the drawer and got a packet of activated carbon. Thanks. She wrested it from my hand and ran away. It was 50 minutes till dinner, and the nurse still wasn't back. I guess just leaving the place like this wouldn't do. She asked me to look after it after all. And who knows what might happen if I leave. Though who would want to steal anything from here? Except for Alyssa stealing activated carbon. I opened the magazine again and began flipping through it for the nth time. Fashions of the 80s weren't that fun anymore. Yawning got me several times. It was already 6 o'clock, so dinner had already started. Of course, I had to be on watch till the end, but my stomach seemed to have its own opinion on the matter. I stood up and steadily headed to the exit. A rustling sound came from behind me. Could it be someone else who got poisoned, broke their arm, or something else worse? I sighed heavily and pulled out the doorknob. However, there was no one out there. It seemed just like my imagination. I returned inside and instantly noticed something had changed in the infirmary. To my precise, an apple had appeared on the table. But where from? Fruits can't just materialize that from thin air by themselves, can they? Oh, there's the apple! Though, this camp, anything is possible. Chances are someone just brought it in here. Maybe Lena wanted to thank me, given that she's always all shy and... But wait, how could she slip past me like that? Linda wouldn't climb through the window after all, so there must be something else. I was suddenly overwhelmed by fear. What if the apple is poisoned? Though why would someone complicate things when I'm already here totally helpless and can be killed way more easily? Or it might be the apple which Eve tasted in the Garden of Eden. In that case, I certainly shouldn't eat it. Same second my second remind me that there is there by rebelling traitorously. However, it would take time to close the infirmary and reach the canteen to get food. Was done because it's about to eat itself. There's nothing wrong, I guess. Once again, I tried to remember what if this apple was here before. In the end, it must have appeared out from somewhere. Maybe it got here through the window? The shutter was slightly open, so someone must have reached and put it in here. Nothing serious, however. Let's eat the apple. YOLO! Finally, hunger prevailed, and I started chewing the ripe green apple with gusto. The taste seemed normal, though I don't think that even the strongest poison can be tasted. But it's too late to think about that. It was time to go for dinner. Along the way, I ran into Electronic. How's it going? Did you find Shurik? No, still no sign of him. Don't worry. We'll find him. I tried to cheer him up. Too much time has passed. I'll just keep on searching. What about dinner? No, finding Shurik is more important. He muttered thoughtfully. I left him at the crossroads and wished him good luck. Pioneers crowded in the doorway. I quickened my pace, trying not to be the last one in the line, at least for today. And I was lucky. In the forward corner of the table was an absolutely empty table. I took my dinner quickly and set the table. The night's dinner consisted of fruit soup and a pair of buns. And this set surprised me at first, but the taste was actually nice. I could concentrate on eating. Lena, look here, look. 3 free chairs. Lena and Miku stood in front of me. Are these taken? Wondered Lena. No, take a seat. Damn it. Can't eat my dinner in peace. Of course, I wish she were alone. Thank you. As soon as Lena said that, Xenia jumped out from behind her. I'll sit here. There are no places left, she said, putting her tray on the table and sitting down, not even waiting for my answer. Sure, make yourself at home. I muttered sorrowfully. What? Nothing? To tell the truth, I wanted to reduce the whole company to just Lena, though neither Miku nor Shinzo were causing much trouble. Except one was too talkative, the other was too arrogant. But nevertheless, they were absolutely harmless, especially compared to some others I could name. Oh, it seems I forgot my key. Don't worry, take mine. I was surprised by Miku's short reply. Do you live together? Of course, didn't you know? Together, our cabin is in the rearmost. I mean the farthest from here. I mean the last one. I wouldn't have been surprised if someone told me that Lena lived with Slavia. Or with Xenia, at worst. Even Electronic. But silence and shy Lena and excessively talking to Miku as a pair? That's really a surprise. Did you find Shurik? It's strange that Xenia is disturbed by someone's problems. No. Surely he's in the village buying cigarettes. Or vodka. She snorted. Village? At the moment, the conversation got much more interesting. Got a problem with the village? Xenia looked amazed. You mean there's a village nearby? I think so, she said uncertainly. I looked at Lena and Miku, who were busy with their meals, and did not pay attention to our conversation. You mean you don't know exactly? Why should I care? Xenia stared at her dish. But there must be something nearby. Listen. Listening? I don't know. Will you let me eat? Seems like I won't get anything from her. Though, there is a chance that she really doesn't know. The remaining time was spent listening to Miku talk about some nonsense. I was just going slowly mad in silence. Honestly, the first thing I did after getting out after that was inhale a great breath of fresh air. The sun was setting. I decided to take a walk. It's highly unlikely that I'll find anything more exciting to do for the rest of the evening. That way, something interesting could rise quite unexpectedly. I was approaching the square when I heard a loud bang. It seemed like something had exploded. Oh no, I was paralyzed. I am in a hostile environment, not knowing the rules or laws of this place. It'd be better for me to run, but at the same time I was curious. Probably I would have just kept standing there, but somebody grabbed my wrist. It was Olga. Why are you standing there? Let's go see what happened. Can't you ever manage without me? I begged her pitifully. It shouldn't be anything serious. I hope. When we got to the square, there was already a crowd of pioneers. Olga vigorously pushed through the crowd and approached the crime scene. Obviously, someone had tried to blow up Jinda, but the attackers failed. The monument was still standing upright. There's only dim dash traces on the pedestal. Well, who did this? She looked over the crowd of pioneers. Surely it wasn't one by an organized terrorist organization. These guys all came here just to look at what happened. And it was Yolanda and Alyssa in the crowd. And it looks like our camp leader noticed them too. You two, come here! They approached reluctantly. Why always me? If you think so, show me your hands. What's wrong with them? I looked closer and saw they were smeared in with black. Now it's clear. What did you make a bomb with? The junior terrorist seemed to hesitate over whether not to confess, but then blurted out promptly. Activated carbon, salt, pepper, and sulfur. Saltpeter and sulfur. Why exactly the monument? What did this honored man ever do to you? The fighter of the rights of... Besides, he gave me activated carbon. She pointed at me with her finger. The whole square stared at me. Thoughts about the pointlessness of this attitude, the small bomb size let me at the very moment. She stole it! I did nothing. Even if he gave it to you, I'm sure Simon would never take part in such a disgusting antisocial act. Yes, exactly. I agree. You could hardly imagine how long she would keep on scolding Alyssa if electronic hand popped out of the moment shouting. I found it! Everyone turned towards him. He held a boot in his hand. Here! Electronic mostly shook it over his head. It's Shirik's boot. Okay, calm down. Tell us in detail where you found it. In the forest. On the way to the old camp. Whispers ran along the pioneers. Old camp. The old camp. Are you sure? Absolutely. What's so special about this old camp? I joined the conversation. It's nothing special, really. She stammered. One of the Soviet legends told the story of a young camp leader's ghost living there. She fell in love with a pioneer, but he rejected her, and so she killed herself. She committed harikari with a kitchen knife. Harakari. Next day, the boy was hit with a bus. Yolanda ran out of the crowd. Bus? I refrained from asking about the route number. But science doesn't acknowledge the existence of ghosts, so we have nothing to be afraid of. Anyway, somebody should go there. Suddenly the crowd started to thin out. Olga, it's almost night, maybe tomorrow? I turned around to Slava and Lena. What if at night something happens to him? No, today, right now. By the way, where is this place? Electronic roughly described to me the directions and told me the story of the old camp. The camp leader looked at me attentively. You think that you're the only man here? Look from the area. Of course. Electronic was quick to flee. That bastard. I still don't want to walk in the woods alone. If you asked me, I would. I'll go alone. Am I going there alone? Olga looked at me thoughtfully. Perhaps you're right. Well, I'll go together tomorrow morning. Ah, damn it. We stood in silence for some time, then dispersed around the camp. Everybody seemingly forgotten about Alyssa and her terrorist act, maybe due to the minor damage it caused. Well, I'm going to save the game and stop here. Y'all let me know what you think, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye-bye!